What's up, everybody? I'm finally dropping an actual Madden 20 video. My laptop's been messing up lately. It actually just wouldn't charge. I had to take it to the Mac store and do a bunch of little things and whatever. It's all fixed now. That was ridiculous. Considering how much time it took, it definitely did ruin my scheduling of what I wanted to do. But without further ado, let's just get to the information of this video for me. So personally, I probably haven't played as many actual games as other people have up to this point of Madden because I've been trying to edit a all-time rosters and create that and stuff. But I'll speak on that later. But I definitely feel like this Madden is actually really good. There's still some problems that I have. I haven't played the whole story mode yet, so I haven't really. I don't have any opinions on that. But as far as gameplay on the field, I definitely feel like this is the best Madden. When it comes to defense, sometimes it feels like zone just gets picked apart, which is kind of like like when you go against the top quarterbacks in the league, like the Drew Brees, the Tom Brady's, Aaron Rodgers, and quarterbacks like that. Zone will get picked apart. You have to be able to get to the quarterback. I mean, everybody knows that when Tom Brady's played his worst is when the team can play defense against his receivers, and then they can just rush forward and get to the quarterback, keep everybody in coverage. This game, sometimes the pass rushers. I mean, unless you have like a baller of a pass rusher, I feel like it kind of seems like it's hard to get to the quarterbacks at times. But I mean, I can tell you one thing: these left ends will be killing the right tackles. So guys like Joey Bosa, Von Miller, DeMarcus Lawrence, those guys are baller. If you can get, I mean, typically a right tackle will never be as good as the left tackle, obviously, because that's most of the time the quarterback's blind side. But you'll just find more good left tackles than you will right tackles, and these D ends are getting better, man. Especially with all this stuff. I mean, it's hard. It seems like it's hard to get pressure up the middle. I haven't played with Aaron Donald. I'm sure he can definitely do it, but definitely it feels like the O line and D line battles are really nice. Um, I like how the O line actually blocks on run blocking. They don't just try to just get in somebody's way. Like they actually like block and make lanes for the running backs. So if you're running the ball, like you can definitely tell the difference from years past. You can actually run the ball this year if you know how to run. Like you have to hit the holes at the right time. The O lines will block and they will open up that gap. I feel like they block for their assignment more than they have in years past, and especially last couple years of Madden. So I'm definitely a fan of that. Sometimes when you're playing CPU, the defense doesn't play uh, doesn't play as strong as you would want them to, but regardless. But I'm sticking with the positives right now. Um, when it comes to the quarterback trajectories, I love that. That is the biggest thing that I'm loving this season because there are passes that I used to try to make back in the day that would, I've been playing football the last couple of years and my basically most of my life, and I know what passes would be completions. I know. I know the timing of passes most of the time. I know when you want to throw them, and a lot of years Madden, like years past, like the quarterback would just throw it straight to the linebacker. Linebacker be 2 yards off the line of scrimmage away from the lineman. I'm trying to throw like a 7 yard slant down the field. This guy's 5 yards apart, but he's right there, and the QB just throws it straight at the DB. So now this year, with the trajectories, they throw the ball over these guys. They throw the ball the way that the quarterback would actually throw it, and they lead them, and that's a lot of good stuff. Like if you get timing down with offenses and stuff, and when you're supposed to get rid of the ball off your drop, and when the receiver cuts, like these balls be looking perfect. Pause. But yeah, it's just definitely a good upgrade compared to years past, and I love it. Sticking with the positive, the when I was trying, so I will be having an all-time roster this season. I don't know if you guys have ever seen me have that on the channel. I don't think so. And so last year I definitely didn't do it. Um, But this year I'm gonna have an all-time roster. It's gonna be dope, man. Like in years past, when you try to create players, I used to. Whenever you try to go to somebody that's like already a like a real person, like I would say I was trying to edit D'Anthony Thomas. Like his picture would stay there when you edit him. So I'd have to. So like if I was finding an all-time guy, I'd have to find like if I was finding Deion Branch, I'd have to find a guy that was like 5'9", black, and like a similar weight, so I could actually make him that guy. And at times it would start getting really hard, really difficult when you start getting down to certain linemen, certain guys' size, because you could only create like 80 players, and I mean, there's a lot of players I have to create and edit when it comes to all-time rosters, and it's just now this year, which I love. When you edit these players, I will say I go edit D'Anthony Thomas. I can change his name. I can change his size. I can change the color of his skin. I can change everything in his face. And the face will change to that generated person. I mean, that generated, like, computerized face. So it makes it not only just 1,000 times easier to just edit guys, because I can change their size and everything, position, like size, position, weight, everything about them, basically, except for their hometown. And I love that. It makes editing so much easier, and it means like I don't have to spend half my time actually just looking for a guy that's similar size in this person that I'm trying to edit, especially when you start getting down to the nit and gritty of these like the players. But also, speaking on my all-time rosters, I do expect those to be done, you know, not for a while, because as of right now, I've actually finished the Patriots and the Cowboys. Those are two teams I've finished. I'm almost done with the Steelers. If you guys want to go upload that roster and just go take a look, get an idea on how, just getting a general idea of my roster, it will be on the Madden share files. Just type in the Sages 360 paths, and then my name will pop up, and you'll see my all-time roster up there. So, if you guys want to go get that a download, I would not mind. Go try it out. Go try a game with the Cowboys. Go try a game with the Patriots. It's I put a lot of effort into that. And now for the negatives. So for the negatives, when it does come to creating players, I feel that it was really annoying trying to look for the abilities. So you cannot edit the abilities when you're trying to create a player. And that's really annoying to me. Like, just give us more customization when it comes to editing players. That I feel like when you do that, people just feel more immersed in the game. Like, I can go completely change somebody in 2K. Like, I can go change all their badges. I could give them every single badge in the game. And especially since, the whole badge thing has become a thing now. With Madden now copying the 2K formula, I feel like you should, copy it a little bit more and be able to let us edit these badges and stuff. I did talk to my boy C4. I messaged him. And I know a lot of you probably know him. He's a good Madden YouTuber, and he told me that if you go start a franchise, you can edit their X Factor, Superstar X Factors, and that is true. So if so it's going to be really annoying when I have to try to create once I finish all the all-time rosters, I'm definitely going to want to do a franchise with controlling all these teams, and that means I'm going to have to go to every single team when I've already created these players, and I'm going to have to give them X Factors. And that's another thing is that, when it comes to X Factors, you could see during that Pro Bowl, only 3 people on the field, on the offensive or defensive side of the ball, can have the X Factor activated, or with them during the game. And I don't personally like that. Like, I like that when it comes to like a normal franchise. You want it to be competitive. I can completely control. Could see that when it comes to online play and things like that. But when it comes to me doing my own little franchise by myself, I want to be able to turn that off. I want to be able to have 8 to 11 guys have X Factor things. It's hard enough. I mean, it's not like it's the easiest thing in the world, especially for offensive players, to get these things activated. It's not the easiest thing to get the X Factor, activated. Defense, it does seem a little bit easier. I've gotten a lot more defensive players activated than I have offensive players, but then it's so easy to lose it. Like if I have Earl Thomas and he has that certain X Factor activated, like I can't let the offense gain 30 yards. And 30 yards, that's not a lot. And that's probably two drives worth or one good drive. So it's not the craziest thing in the world, but I do like the the implementation of these X factors because it's definitely a game changer. Be able to like if I have a whole team full of people like an X factor, and I can only have three guys on the defensive side of the ball with these X factors, that's gonna be really cool. Because like, what if this team mainly focuses on the run? I can put all my X factor guys just in the box, and then that means like they'll be more liable to make more plays. It definitely helps you add more game planning to games, going into games, and just really just trying to think about who you're trying to play. So it kind of it's a negative and a positive when it comes to that thing, but I just I want to be able to turn that off. I just want a little bit more customization of these franchises. If I start a franchise, I want to be able to turn that off. If it's online, I completely get it. Only being able to have three. But when I'm doing a franchise by myself, I want to be able to do that. Just like my league on 2K, I can edit everything. I can control every single team. I could get rule changes. I could accept, decline rule changes, all of that, and that's something I just want to be able to. I just want a little bit more free range customization of things. But Madden's moving in the right direction, in my opinion, and I have no problem with what they were doing up to this point. Because last year was terrible, and this game is a lot better. Moving on to a couple more things that kind of wrinkle my balls. Presentation. The presentation is basically just carbon copy from last season. Like the graphics look better with the lighting and stuff. Like I love that, and like all that jazz. Players look less clunky if they wear certain paddings and stuff like that. But still, man, the presentation is the same thing as last year. Like I want more, just like oomph when it comes to this presentation. Like if it's a Thursday night primetime game, I want it to be a lot different than just my normal Sunday. And I want the Sunday night game or Monday night game to be a lot different than just my average Sunday as well. I want the Patriots. We run out as a team. We just run out. We don't have this with Brady. This doesn't happen. We just run out. All right, we run out. Julian Edelman runs out. He does, and he throws a javelin at the other end. Oh wow. Okay, wow. He just does it. He acts like he's throwing a javelin at the other end zone. I just need that. I need more effort into the presentation. Quit having the same things. Like if I created Ray Lewis, like let's say Ray Lewis is in the game. I want him to do the dance and the tone. I want these things. I feel like it's not that hard. Just find the personalities of these guys. I want this stuff. Like I want them to all do that stuff. Just have a little bit more fun with it. It's not gonna offend anybody. I just want the differences in like how teams come, like announce things and stuff like that. I want a player to like get announced and run through tunnel and clap everybody's hands. I want things like this. It lets you get more immersed into the game, and it just looks better. I mean, take the formula from when you guys did when EA did NCAA. When everybody was playing NCAA, you had Clemson touching the rock. You had Florida State sticking the thing on the ground. You had all these. You had the duck for Oregon out there riding the motorcycle with them. Like you had that's so many teams. Like the top teams had all their things, and that was just so good. The traditions of these programs were just shown, and it made you feel more immersed into the game. It made you feel like not only were you playing the game, but that you were actually there. Like you want to feel like you're part of the game. You don't want to just feel like you're playing the game the entire time. Otherwise, sometimes it can take away the fun for some people. Some people want to feel like they're playing football like on there, and so I just know like that's my personal things, presentations, and I don't know if everybody else is gonna be on the same page with me about that, but that's just my personal thinking. But all right, well that's basically it for my little tiny review. But anybody that wants to keep up with my Patriots Connected franchise, I'm actually not going to start it until regular season has started because last year I did start it before a lot of things. I started really early, and um, Khalil Mack never went to the Bears. He was on the Raiders the whole time. Like rookies kind of like stood out. So like after week one is if I make it that far without doing it is when I probably want to start doing these games because I'll crank them out way faster than the NFL's going like every Sunday. I'll do it way faster than that. So, but um, more than likely, I won't have a video out until after the Patriots play the Steelers week one. So, just little things like that. I'm just getting better at the game. Then once I go to that franchise, once I start that one, it's going to be different. But I'm still going to be uploading videos of me playing Madden. Just won't be that franchise. But just be patient because it's coming. But hey, thank you to anybody that's got a chance to look at this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. Tell your friends about the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys more this week with Madden content. Peace out.